Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. 'Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never share. No one dare disturb a sound of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. And the sign said, the words of the prophets are written on subway walls and tenement halls and whispered in the sounds of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. 'Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never share. No one dare disturb a sound of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. And the sign said, the words of the prophets are written on subway walls and tenement halls and whispered in the sounds of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. 'Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never share. No one dare disturb a sound of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. And the sign said, the words of the prophets are written on subway walls and tenement halls and whispered in the sounds of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never share. No one dare disturb the sound of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. And the sign said, the words of the prophets are written on subway walls and tenement halls and whispered in the sounds of silence.
All right. How we doing, homies? How we doing, my homosexuals? We are live for yet another amazing. Oh, fuck. Oopsies. Forgot to transfer. But we are live for another amazing, exciting PTRL Participation Trophy Racing League race. Week 5 here at Singapore. Let's take a quick look at the standings after the Jeddah race last week while they load into quali. So we have Psychotical, was a reserve, but with a space or a seat opening up, is now a full-time driver, is now contributing all of his points to Ferrari. Current leader by a gap of 10 points, winning 2 races back-to-back, missing Spa, and then losing in what was a very devastating and honestly rage-baiting fashion. He was beaten by less than a thousandth of a second. It came down to like a frame-by-frame analysis to decide who won. And who won, you may ask? The man in second. The Turbo Chicken himself. Season 1 winner. This is spectacular, dude. We have the Season 1 winner in Turbo Chicken in second, currently only 10 points back. And then the Season 2, the reigning champion in third, 21 points back. I mean, can you write a story any better? And then Dom, who joined late in season 2 and looked like the absolute runaway favorite to win this next season, sitting in fourth, not too far back from everybody else. And then we have a bit of a gap. So exciting championship. I just love I just love to see what is a super competitive just championship fight all through the season. Here we have the constructors. So we see the Ferrari being led by Sakatoko now in his second race for the Ferraris, sitting in the middle of the pack. But if he can continue to put in winning races, then he can really jump them up the standings, as they are only 42 points back. Racing Bulls with the current lead, 146, led by the Berkey and a Giant Stick. They've been lighting it up. More so Berkey, but both have been contributing points. Cadillac, 125, and the McLaren only 2 points back of the Cadillac team. So these top three pretty close together, but really it is a bit of a gap between the first and the rest. But that about does it for the standings. Let me get my OBS to work. There we go. Switch on over finally to the session, and I do have the USA-Belgium game up. So, oh shit, I have the wrong thing. There we go. Detail. So everybody on softs. To be expected. I need to unmute the game. Boom. There we go. Solid. And let's take a look at this track map. And let's see. So immediately Spark looks to be the first on a hot lap. League owner Spark Ashira. Hold on. Am I on the right thing? I think it changed it to the right thing. Let me just double check. Yep, broadcast. Perfect. So here we have Spark Ashira. Has been putting in a lot of practice recently for this track. Hopefully it pays off. He's been putting in solid result after solid result this season. Improving in consistency, it seems like, in both qualifying and in race pace / race results. This track, not too complicated as far as battery deployment. It's very difficult to, at least in race, to run out of battery, unless you're just willy-nilly wasting it, right? So really kind of keeping some of that essence of what was the previous regulations, where it's full push pretty much the entire time. So looking like Spark is very comfortable right now. I mean, he was just practicing and warming up not even 10 minutes ago, and so I would hope that he's kind of already in the zone for it. Going a little deep there, kind of compromising the line. Good little wheel flick around that hairpin. Has a car in front of him. It is a Mercedes, either Bro Joshua or Smiley. Looks like it will be Smiley, actually, since Bro Joshua's in the pits. Taking a lot of curb there, looking pretty solid. Will this Mercedes be in the way? I don't think he will be. I think he's far enough ahead to where he will not be an issue. And now a tricky traction zone spot. Early upshift for Spark. And then an almost full speed turn here to the finish line, setting a 129.569. He is the first out on track. Let's switch to somebody who is on a hot lap currently, NASCAR Freak. Might as well give him some coverage. Scavenger setting up at 30.7, over a second slower. Dom immediately going faster than Spark, 0.3 faster. NASCAR Freak, hard to tell if he's on a very good lap or not, but not as flowy, not as smooth as Spark's lap looked. But this is a game. It is not a full simulation, so being smooth doesn't necessarily mean you're going faster. It just means you're smooth. You know, oh, well, you know, amazing analysis there, but hey, it's the truth. It's the truth. It is a video game. It is a simcade kind of vibe. So NASCAR Freak does not look like he will be going as fast as the fastest currently, but does set a 130.6. It was an invalid lap, actually. Take a look at Dan. I saw him earlier starting his hot lap. Is now about halfway done with his lap. There are some tricky traction zones around here, and it's really not so many difficult braking zones. You know, like Bahrain, that one turn, I think it's turn 10, turn 11. Very difficult to get just right under braking. This is more so a lot of kind of throttle control, throttle modulation, unless you're running traction control. But either way, limiting the kind of pace you can possibly even set if you don't get good exits. 129.7. Turbo Chicken is just slower. What is that? 9 thousandths of a second slower than pole right now. Let's take a look at Rockstar on an out lap. We'll be starting here soon. Derek Gonzalez on a hot lap. A pretty quick guy. I've seen him race in the 25 cars mostly, and he was rapid. He was rapid. So maybe some of that pace carrying over to these cars. Setting a purple sector 2. Has a car in front of him. It is a Red Bull. Will the Red Bull get out of the way? Red Bull has gotten out of the way. Minimal dirty air. Very well done there. It is the Red Bull of Supra, and cooking his lap, immediately pulling out. It is Psychotical already setting a 128, the first to set a 128. Let's take a look at Dustin's lap. Dustin, another driver that I know was practicing not even, you know, probably 15 minutes ago now, but was practicing with Spark. Very good chums those guys are. I mean, I'm pretty friendly with those guys. I'd say I tickle them, tickle their scrotum every once in a while. And I don't know. I've just only realized that I've kind of not been so out of pocket as I used to be, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't think my commentary quality has gone down, but Dustin really showing his age. Unk status P10. Rockstar should be quicker than Dustin around here, but doesn't put in that much practice. Doesn't matter. It's purple sector 2, so he's looking very, very good right now. Very well assured of himself. Heading into the last tricky corner of this lap. Kind of sliding the rear out, but it's fine. It's a controlled slide. Drifting can be faster sometimes, guys. Believe it. Full speed to the finish line, setting a 130.4, only slightly faster than Dustin. Anybody else? Gold Killer, almost done with his hot lap. Ooh, very tentative there. A 132.4. That is not very comp, as the kids would say. Let's take a look at Super. Is Super on a hot lap? Yes, he is. He's about to finish here shortly, improving by 0.7 off his lap. setting a 129.8, sending himself into P6. Not too shabby. Smiley, invalid lap, will be going into the pits, it looks like, as he is very, very low on fuel. Critically low on fuel. Let's see. Who is this Eric? Bro, what? This guy and his name changes, man. It's just reference after reference, and I honestly almost never get the reference. Pit, bro, Joshua, in lap. I think that is not Nova going out of the pits. Let's see here. Dom will begin a hot lap here shortly. Let's get a good visual of him. I wonder what the camera angles are like. I don't really like to use them for quali. Just because it's, you know, in qualifying, you kind of want to see the onboard. You want to see what the driver is seeing as they're going maximum push. Yeah, I don't know. These angles might be cooked low-key, but we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. All right. Starting his hot lap here is Dom. We'll have some traffic ahead. Do they know? Are they aware? He has a V-carb ahead. V-carb. Oh, that was very close, but I think he did as best as he could. Well, actually, I don't know. Yeah, I think he did about as good as he could have done. Dom sliding around a little bit. We'll see here at the end of Sector 1 if maybe that was a time loss for him. Is matched, or is even on his time. So probably not too bad, as there's only so much you can improve through Sector 1. I think it's mainly Sector 2 where your time can be gained. It's really taking these corners and the curbs as perfectly as you can. Especially the hairpin, man. The hairpin, you can lose a lot of time if you don't get it just right. Same thing with this little tricky sector here. I mean, this entire Sector 2 is treacherous. Very treacherous, to say the least. Taking the very close to the wall. Very, very confident. Very aggressive on that cornering. Purple Sector 2 is 1/10 faster. It needs about 2/10 to take pole from Sai, but we can only expect Sai to go faster as the track evolves, as there is more and more rubber on the ground. Now one last corner to beat, taking it almost full out, I think. Ooh, pole lap, but only by 10 thousandths of a second, as we see Sai also leaving for an out lap. We'll be starting his hot lap very, very shortly here. Turbo will be crossing the line here, nearing the end of sector, or yeah, is in now in Sector 3, my bad. Barely slower than his time, but it is salvageable. He can get a little bit of an improvement. It may not be enough to gain a position, though. That is the tough part. He's maintaining the lap, so he might be in the green. More aggressive flick in. Dumping battery all the way to the end. Does not improve. Let's switch to Sai, as he is on a hot lap. Has a car ahead. It is a V-carb. V-carb diving out of the way. Very well done. That is Dan. Dan, really awesome guy. He's really chill, man. Pretty laid back. Very, very nonchalant, as some might say. Sai looking to improve on his lap. Retake pole position. Looking very in control of his car through these corners. Maximizing the track width. Finishes Sector 2 with a 10.5 of improvement. Nova going up into P4. Oh, dude, he is really on a razor's edge for these track limits. Eric sitting in P6. Dan and Supra not at the pace that I would expect from them. What's up, Boilers? Honestly, I don't know. Will Sai? I think Sai is the favorite to win in most races, but you never know. Anything can happen. Setting pole, he kind of lost time there at the end. He was a 10.5 almost faster, and then only improving by like, what was that, 50 thousandths? Half a tenth? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Turbo not on a lap. We saw him on one earlier. Nova not on a lap either. Who here might be on a lap? Is Spark on a lap? Yes, he is. He has a car ahead. I think it's very, very minimal dirty air, but it's, you know, still not ideal. I think he's perfectly fine. He does improve by a little bit into P4, slightly, barely, only marginally faster than Spark Ashira. Dan still sitting in P7. NASCAR Freak just finished the lap. I think he's one of the guys that just went up. Derek Gonzalez in 12th. This is not the kind of pace I expected from Mr. DG8. He was very rapid in the previous cars, so maybe, I don't know, maybe just not jiving so much with these new cars. Here goes Rockstar. Has a McLaren in front. McLaren giving him way. 3/10 improvement. That could, ooh, washed out a little bit there. Needs to recover. Might still be able to improve. You wish you were racing boulders? Hey, man, me too. Me too, man. But hey, I get paid to be here by my sugar daddy, Spark Ashira, so I will not complain. And you know what? I love commentating too at the same time. I don't commentate anywhere near as much as I used to, but man, for the right league, it is just amazing. Dust Incredible leaving the session. Ooh. Let me send him an invite here, Rockstar, if you do not mind. Yep. Sorry, Rockstar. You would understand, man. 9/10 improvement. That's almost a second. That could put him into the 129 fours. Oh my God, this could be pretty decent. This could be top 5 quality if he can finish this lap. Put it away, put it to bed. Drifting, another tactical slide like we saw last time. Losing the car a little bit, very unstable over that curb. Improving by 7/10. P6. Yeah, Boilers, it is not great to have that feeling, man. I feel for you, homie. Super on a hot lap. He's improving ever so slightly. I might be a little more awake than I usually am, boys, because I've been sipping on this double shot Starbucks drink for the past like hour. I'm feeling. I am smelling colors. I am seeing sounds. It is miraculous. I don't know if I'm any more talkative or any more. There is no way. What is that goal? Where is... Dude, what in the world just happened? USA just absolutely crumbling under the pressure of Belgium. The new matcha thing is actually solid. I have no idea what that is. Purple Sector 2 for Supra. I have no idea what that is. I just get the cans. I get them from the gas station on the way to work. I don't know what the matcha thing... Actually, I don't think I've ever had matcha. Supra... Has he bounced on this lap? Or what was that? He has bounced on the lap. Alright, take a look at somebody else. So those guys in the pits. Dan rushing to start a lap. Look at him go. Oh, that is an absolute ridiculous mistake from... fuck, I forget the USA's goalkeeper this year. Or I guess of now. That is a disgustingly horrible mistake to make. Smiley, low on fuel, probably an in-lap. Bro, Joshua, let's see him. Not on a hot lap either. Wow, some of these guys just really off the pace. Dustin, one of them. I feel like if he's just... Maybe he's just not setting a good time. Just kind of choking them away, if I may. Nobody really out on a lap, it seems like. Anybody close to starting one? Dan the closest. Dan will be the next to start a lap. Alright, let's see it, Dan. Let's see this improvement from you, young blood. Let me see it, twin. Whoa, Boilers, whoa. I am not going to add some random person on Discord, Grace. Get out of here. Who do you think I am? You think I'm a gooner? No! I'm a commentator. Looks like Smiley not on a lap. Maybe abandoning this one going into the pits. Very low on fuel. Who is behind him? It is an Alpine. Where's the other Alpine? Is it Nova? It is indeed Nova. Nova the next to start a hot lap here. So Nova's sitting in P5, looking at 7/10 of improvement at least if he wants to take pole. And if he wants to even gain a position, it's actually much more feasible. But Spark going on another hot lap here shortly. It's going to take more than just beating Spark. He's going to have to beat Spark by enough margin. 1/10 improvement so far. Very close on these track limits. Passing a Red Bull, was that? No, that's a Williams. Taking a lot of curb there, looking very, very good. Ooh, going a bit deep, rubbing on the wall. That will definitely lose him some time. Can he still find some time to improve? A Mercedes on a lap will be Bro Joshua, near the bottom of the qualifying order at the moment. Nova has cooked his lap. Let's check in on somebody else. So it is a Mercedes and then a Williams? Or is this the other Alpine? This is Kartik. Kartik, oh my god! He's the best teammate I have ever had. He's amazing. He is super fast. Ignore where he is right now. Watch this improvement. Oh, only 310s? And he's kind of washing out there. Nah, you know what? He's about to qualify pole. Just believe. Believe, believe, believe. Let's check on an Audi. It is Eric. Is he improving, and by how much? Actually, you know, I kind of mandatory have to take a check on these guys. Spark not getting time. Looks to be cemented in P4. Doesn't really need to improve unless somebody far behind him puts in a worldly lap. But so far, not really looking like the case, as people immediately behind him aren't improving. He does improve, though. Kind of cements, hopefully, his position into P4. Here goes Turbo. One of the next to cross. Actually, it will be Psychotical ahead of him. Psychotical abandoning his lap. Will not be improving. Turbo Chicken directly behind him. 3/10 improvement. Could this be it? Can he gain just a little more to take pole? A little tentative on the turn-in. Does not! So close yet so far. Dom invalidated. We'll be looking at a P3, but Derek finally setting in a good lap. Has dethroned Spark for P4. Dan up into P6 now. Crossing the finish line just the split second ago. So this will be our final qualifying order, unless Gold Killer puts in an absolutely disgusting lap. No, he did not. No, he did not. But it's okay. The two Williams teams at the back, they will keep each other company. They will keep each other company. That brings qualifying to an end, though. Sai, P1, pole qualifying once again for him. Turbo not too far off of his pace, so this race could be very interesting. Overtaking, let's just call it complicated. Let's say overtaking is complicated. So yeah, I think we saw Singapore last season, and it was a very, very exciting race throughout. It was action-packed, riveting. It was very suspenseful to the very end. I think there was a late safety car that added to the drama. So I do wonder what this race will be like this time around. So 36 thousandths of a second slower is Turbo Chicken. Sai's Ferrari teammate. Does he have a Ferrari teammate today? He does not. Will have to carry the brunt of scoring any points for the Ferrari. Fuck, dude, who was in the lead again? I already forgot who was in the lead. Let me check. I have such a horrible memory, man. The Racing Bulls, ooh, not qualifying near the top at all. Wait, Berkey's not racing, right? Because I think him and Giant Stick are watching the U.S. soccer game, so that would make sense. That is a little painful for the VCarb team. Cadillac, that is Spark. This is good for Spark, actually. Spark and Eric, I think, is his teammate. Yep. Should be Eric Harmon. Let me take a look at some of these pings. I think we're alright. I don't think I'm missing any important notifications. Why did I just get another one? Oh, no, we're fine. I think we're good. I think we're fine. Let me take a peek. So it looks like there's only 11 for... Wait, where's Lur? Where's Lur commentating? I need the link. Where's Lur commentating? That's going to be in social media, race comms. There we go. I found it. Let's take a look at how D2 is shaping up. Apparently they only have 11 people racing. I mean, people in D2, I guess, have a little less... maybe they're a little less committed to wanting to race over what's it called? What does this do? What does knock do? Oh, that's the, oh, hell no, that's not what I'm trying to do. Whoopsies. Let me unmute him. See what he responds. Okay, so a vicular poll, that looks about right. No, they have 12 people. All right. Okay. I think I'm caught up on everything that I need to catch up on. What is up, my sweet nephew? My okay, let me not say it like that. That sounds like a predator, bro. Holy shit. What's up, homie? It's been a while since I've commentated you racing. How we feeling? How we feeling today, man? You feeling rapid? What's up, Dominator, dude? We're getting some regulars in here. Always love to see some dudes in here. Um, always I love dudes. What can I say? Hey yo. But dude, this USA game is becoming a little sad for the US team. I mean, I don't know. A bit of a controversy with the whole red card being suspended. It's just kind of whatever. Hey, Derek, bro, you have a little bit of that innate talent, a little bit of that natural speed when it comes to this game. Oh my lord, that is the worst cross I have ever seen in my life. Jesus Christ, buddy. Hang up the boots at that. Oh wait, he scored this game. Fuck. Yeah, you can't really hate on somebody who scored in the World Cup, can you? Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys. Yeah, I mean, have I scored in a World Cup? Fuck no. Have you guys? Probably not. So, yeah, can't hate on a guy for scoring in the World Cup, can you? Yeah, this is looking sad for the U.S. team, man. I'm low key hate watching just because Mexico. You know, I mean, I am a United States American. Like I am a citizen. Um, but it's just depressing to see the infrastructure and just the entire, I guess, pathway to becoming a U.S. pro. I mean, I played in high school, played in middle school, um, played a bit in college. I mean, not for any kind of team. College was, intramurals for fun leagues, but um, yeah, it's just I played travel. It's just I don't know. It's definitely gotten better since I played, but it's just not. You just can't compare the pathway to the pathways in Europe. It's just not there, and a lot of it's kind of based on kind of funneling money, and so it's kind of a shameful practice, I think, shameful, inefficient, um, attitude towards developing talent, right? So it's just hard to root for the U.S. men's national team. I mean, hey, the players give it their fucking all. You can't say that they don't care. They care. They definitely care. They give it as much effort as they can. They train. They do whatever they can to get better. It's just not there. The support system is just not quite there for them. Because I mean, you look at Mexico, man. I mean, yeah, sure, it's Mexico's sport, right? They love soccer. They live and breathe soccer. Oh, I say they. I say we. What's up, Lur? How we doing, homie? Um, but I mean, I mean, my dad uh was coming up the youth ranks, almost went pro, got injured. His contract got terminated because he hadn't really signed the pro contract yet. It was like about to be a thing, and then yeah, whatever. Things happen, right? Um, and the way he talks about the difference in the youth academy systems is like night and day, dude. It's just a huge thing. I mean, you see uh, even poor kids get a fair chance to develop and join competitive clubs, academies, whatever, man. It's just I don't know. It's just you just can't compare the U.S. infrastructure to the rest of the world, or at least to the best in around the world. Um, but look, they're on the up. Them performing well in the World Cup is good for the sport. Is good for the sport in the U.S. and is good for the sport in general, right? So, does this league have rules for formation lap resetting? I'm not gonna take anyone out. I mean, I would say that you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to intentionally not do it, if that makes sense. Um, I think if you do reset somebody to the grid, it's a penalty, but I think it is a very minor penalty if it's just like a baby tap. But do not quote me on that. I am not an expert on the rules. They do have a lot of pages of rules. Yep. No worries, Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. DG8. Bro, you gotta feel for Ronaldo, right? I mean, I don't understand the people who constantly pit Messi versus Ronaldo kind of obnoxiously, right? I mean, I don't know. Fans just have a super parasocial way of looking at things. They're like, oh my god, they fucking hate each other because I hate the other one, It's like, no, bro. They definitely respect each other as competitors. I mean, how can you not respect another GOAT of the sport that you play, that you live and breathe, dude? As those two are just so passionate about soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. How can they hate on one of their absolute best rivals? The only rival that they've ever had, I mean, come on, dude. For the love of the game, they're like, fuck yes, I am so happy that somebody made me strive to be better. I had somebody to compare myself to, right? Dude, they fucking love each other. It's just, I don't know. It's crazy what fans do. I mean, it's like this in every sport. There's just crazy fans. But people reforming the grid here. We shall begin very, very shortly in Singapore. PTRL Week 5. Off we go. We see a lot of cars angling closer to the outside to try and take a better line as early as possible. Can we keep it clean through turn 1? It looks like we are. There are a lot of ghosted cars, though. This braking zone very, very tricky. It looks like everybody... Oh, somebody has died. I saw it in the back. It is a Red Bull. I think Supra has died. It looked like he was flipping, or maybe I overreacted. I swear it looked like somebody was tipping over. Okay, but Dan has gained a position, I think, very early. He has gained 2 positions. Nova gaining 2, Spark losing 2. Oh, man. Positions just exchanging hands like money. Ooh, a little bit of a touchy-touchy there. Inappropriate conduct. Ooh, these Cadillacs very aggressive on each other. It is Spark and... oh, it's Epic Baller. Eric is in his teammate. Eric is actually on in an Audi. But, 12 positions down is Eric. Rough start for him. Almost a majority of people gaining positions. I guess pretty much because, somebody fell all the way down to the bottom. Looking at these time intervals, I'm not really seeing much else change. We might already start... Wrong thing. We might go ahead and start seeing a bit of a separation. I think we will see another kind of overtake spot, I guess. Overtake potential into this corner, but no moves made anywhere down or up the grid. Chronicle already with a track limits 3-second time penalty. Very rough start for Chronico. Already starting near the bottom. That is not his ideal start. Let's take a look at tires while I have the chance. So, everybody except for Gold Killer and Dustin starting on mediums. Gold Killer taking a bit of a risk, going onto softs, pretty much forcing himself into a 2-stop. Maybe anticipating an early safety car and looking to gain positions as soon as possible. But to really take advantage of the soft tires, as we have Rockstar immediately up the ass of Bro Joshua, getting a much better exit. Running past him, maybe. Has the overlap. Does he maintain it going into the next corner? Has the outside line now. A bit of tire bumping. Could be a warning there for Rockstar. Another move sent. Has the position. Taking it a little aggressively, but seemingly clean from my viewpoint, from my angles. Always very hard to tell as the commentator, as I don't have their POVs, But Rockstar gaining a position this late into the opening stages. Very, very difficult to do. Takes a lot of balls. Takes a lot of cojones, as my countrymen would say. Actually, no, they wouldn't say that. They'd say it takes a lot of huevos. Dan with a move on Derek up into P4 now. Can he hold on to the position, though? Yes, it looks like he might. There's still a little side to side. Has the over... Or has the Fuck, I don't know what I'm trying to say. He had his car farther forward. That's what I'm trying to say. Turbo Chicken setting the fastest lap in second, chasing after Psychotical. Dom trying to catch up to those two. Looks like he might be actually. Nova, inside move on the Haas of Derek Gonzalez, maybe kind of bumping him a little off track. Hard to tell, though. We are seeing moves galore. Has the overtake, but Derek getting a much better exit. Nova with outside line. Oh, and then has been spun by a Cadillac behind it is Spark. That may not be good for Spark. Definitely not good for Derek as he has, lost track position and time. But Spark receiving a little bit of a front wing damage, it looked like. Let's take a look. I think he took a small amount of front wing damage. Maybe just an end plate. So could be very, very minimal. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. I don't know. Yes, he is missing an end plate. This could be bad for him. This could be a little bit of impending doom for him. Singapore, a track position centric circuit, so I don't know, man. I still feel like it's going to be very difficult for Spark to keep it clean and very competitively fast through corners with a damaged front wing. Yeah, you're already seeing him struggle through these corners. Seems like Derek not even really having to put in much effort in keeping up with him. If anything, just kind of metering his pace behind him to not rear-end him, as he has to be aware that he is going to struggle through some of these corners. Did Derek just bump into the wall a little bit? Spark immediately going into the pits for a wing repair. I guess it was severe enough to where he could definitely feel the effects of less front downforce. I mean, already with these cars having less downforce in general, I mean, even just a little bit of damage can be, can be a lot more serious than in the previous regs. All right, let's take a look at the front runners. We haven't really had an eye on these two all race, as they've kind of just been peacefully cruising away. They are now almost 2 seconds ahead of Dom. Dom unable to catch up, was less than a second away, I guess maybe slipping up somewhere and losing a lot of time to them. Can he regain some of that time shortly or in the next couple laps? Still have plenty of racing to do. 31 total laps around the Singapore track. I mean, it is the most physically demanding circuit, track, race, weekend, whatever you want to say, however you want to phrase it, of the F1 calendar as what's the word I'm looking for? As, I guess, said, as spoken, as proven by the F1 drivers in real life. It is just, so hot, so humid, and such a long circuit. I think the longest race of the calendar, and it's just, or maybe second longest. I can't remember maybe what the first longest is, but whatever it may be, very, very physically tough track to drive. So yeah, Max Scavenger gaining a position on NASCAR Freak. NASCAR Freak anxious to get back ahead, retake his position. Sending a bit of a late move, maybe? No, it just kind of looked like a trick of the camera. Kartik, potentially. No, just not enough gain. Kind of easing off a little bit at the end on the Williams of Chronicle, it looks like. NASCAR Freak still trying to kind of battle back for his position. I'm keeping a very close eye on the leaders, seeing if their interval drops down too much. Monaco 39 with a 50% race. Yep, and then IRL 78. I think, is Monaco I think Monaco is actually one of the shortest, I guess, time duration on the calendar, is it not? Just because of how short the track is, and oh my lord. I think Singapore, yeah. And then Singapore is one of the longest time duration wise because of how many laps there are. Longest race. Yep. Or which one is the longest race? This one or Monaco? I am no expert in these matters. Monaco. I didn't know that. I really thought it was shorter, but I guess that makes sense. Ooh, overtake by Supra on NASCAR Freak. Has the outside line. NASCAR Freak conceding the position. A bit tough to do, but sometimes it is a necessity to preserve your race. Don't want to risk it, especially in these tight, just tight. Oh, and he's locked up. Going very deep. Hopefully the game not giving him I mean, it can get away with giving him a track limit warning there. Oh, going off track once again. Does he have front wing damage or something? What am I missing? So, Dominator saying that Spa has the longest lap. Yeah, it makes sense. But the shortest race. Okay, okay. That, you know, once again, that tracks. That tracks. NASCAR Freak, do you have some sort of front wing damage? No, just really struggling on some of these turns, it looks like. There's really no more action anywhere else on track. I mean, Epic Baller keeps getting very, very close to Nova. But, it's just really not happening. Just really not happening. Good to see, though, that a Cadillac driver is doing well, as this is their weekend to perform. NASCAR Freak 3-second time penalty. I guess he did get some warnings there. But yeah, none of the V-Carbs driving this week. Or no, Dan is a reserve for the V-Carbs, so this is very good for the V-Carbs, actually. Ideal scenario is they're not here, but they have a very on-pace driver, looking like he could maybe push for a podium. Turbo was very close to the back of Sai. Not really pushing for a move, though. Super chasing very, very close to the back of Bro Joshua. Has the slipstream. Looks like we'll have the move. Oh, Bro Joshua kind of cutting across him very late there. Very aggressive defending. Supra just kind of patient behind him, though. Oh, that is definitely track limits there. There's no way that wasn't. And if it wasn't, then he kind of got away with one there. Whether it be, you know, perfect car placement or just a little bit of a game RNG. So Bro Joshua, very aggressive defender. Sai in a battle with Turbo. Looks like I missed that, but it only happened for a fraction of a second. Back to this battle. This is a very, very feisty battle. Looks like Supra does have the pace on Bro Joshua, but Bro Joshua, as I was trying to say earlier, is a very, very aggressive defender. You know, it's really kind of annoying to try and attack somebody who defends every single corner. You just have to be a little more particular about the way you go about, you know, kind of manipulating their lines, right? Since they're driving in such a reactive way, they're kind of giving away their intentions early, right? So, especially with someone as predictable as Bro Joshua, I mean, you just got to kind of play into it, right? He's leaving himself open on exits, and so you just really got to take advantage of it, and it is very difficult on a street circuit like Singapore, but Supra looks to know what he's doing, looks to kind of be metering that and trying his best to play off it. Look at him, has the run on him again, going the long way around, giving him a little bit of a wheel bump, not intentional, it doesn't look like, has the inside line, has the position now. Hey, you can't do that! And then Bro Joshua going past track limits, but giving the position to Supra. Okay. At least, you know, at the very least, he has not cut the track and then, you know, gained an advantage. But it is now Supra finally ahead. We did see Supra with a bit of the pace advantage. Turbo sending a move on Sai. Has the outside line. Sai taking the inside line. Very, very close wheel-to-wheel driving here. Ooh, a little bit of bumping, but that's perfectly fine. Sai defending his position. Is still in first. Ooh boy, we are seeing some very dicey, spicy, just really beautiful racecraft. Honestly, it is butt clenching to say the least. Better line from Turbo, maybe opening up the exit a little more. Just not really getting the exit he wanted. Supra immediately outpacing Bro Joshua. I mean, it was necessary for him to get ahead of him as soon as possible. I mean, he just had the pace on him. He had the pace. Bro Joshua just kind of defending and not really, you know, just kind of defending due to a lack of pace, I guess. He knew the situation. He knew, you know, if I don't defend like crazy, then I'm just going to lose it. He has the pace on me. Got to make his life as difficult as possible. But a bit of his undoing now as he is under threat from the drivers behind. Dan also very, very close to the back of the Aston Martin, setting the move. Ooh, just not quite brave enough. Opening up his turn in, trying to open the exit, not really getting it over Dom. It is Supra into the pits. Is he pitting early? Is he going for a two-stop? I think he is. Or no, this might be the pit window, actually. I can't remember, dude. These two side by side once again. Oh, very tight driving. Not looking great. Not the cleanest, but not really report worthy either, I don't think, at least at first glance. Turbo finally getting a little bit excited. They have a 5-second gap on the rest of the grid, so he's looking a little more eager, a little more motivated to try and take position over Psychotical. Potential move by Kartik down this long straight, or not that long of a straight. I thought it was the other straight. My bad. Wrong part of the track. Look at this long train, though. I mean, we are very, very close from P9 all the way back to P15. Dustin at the back, Bro Joshua at the front. NASCAR Freak actually losing a little bit of time now, so the train has separated. Oh, an end plate flying. Whose is that? Not the Haas. Is it the Mercedes? Mercedes? It is the Mercedes end plate. It is Bro Joshua making a mistake, it seems like. Not great for him. Not very, not ideal. NASCAR Freak, 3-second time penalty. So is, there is another one for Eric. Bro Joshua going into the pits. So there's now Scavenger taking that position up into P9. Looking at these intervals, not much going on. These guys just kind of in a bit of a train right now. Let's just take a peek at them. A little bit of POV style. Turbo Chicken and Sai, once again, side by side. Really hashing it out. It is... Okay. Turbo getting a little handsy there and giving the position back. Very sportsmanlike. Okay, well, what is that? I guess he's saying thank you in some way? Or is that a thank you, or is that a, dude, chill the fuck out, I don't like this? Derek very close to the back of Nova. Is he on different tires? No, same tires. He has found some pace, it seems like. Kind of behind other cars, seeing where maybe they deploy and the way they attack the track. Looking a lot more comfortable with this car than he did in qualifying. Smiley very, very close to the back of this Alpine. Ooh, that looked a little dicey there for a second. Ooh, back to Turbo. That is an Audi. That is Eric being lapped. Or has been lapped at this point. Don't really see anything else up and down the grid anywhere. Does Dustin maybe have a look? No. Bro Joshua dropping to 17th after that pit stop. Yeah, I really thought this the pit window was more like lap 14, lap 13-ish. Seeing a lot of people pit early. Maybe trying a chance at making the hards last longer and hold on to track position. Derek Gonzalez, overspeed on Nova, has the spot. Ooh, kind of shoving Nova off track, it seems like, giving him the position back. Very sportsmanlike, I will say. A little bit of a miscalculation from him. But then Nova kind of seemingly giving it back to him, almost saying like, you know what, you're good, homie. You're good. Maybe I'll take the blame for that one. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it when these drivers show respect on track, right? It's one thing to show it off track, right? Like, you know, don't yell at each other, don't call each other names. But it's another to on track be like, you know, be able to take a foot or a step outside of yourself and be like, you know what, that one's kind of on me. I'll admit it, that one's on me. So you know what, here you go, take it back. Very, very nice to see. Kartik very, very close to the back of Chronico. No longer. Excuse me. Oh, man. I might be mentally more awake, but dude, let me tell you what. You won in Scrub K-Faz. Let's go, homie. I knew you had it in you. I knew you had it in you. P1 at Brazil by 17 seconds. I will say this, and I don't mean this in any bad way towards them. They look like they're just so slow in the new cars, man. Like, before, Habibi and Hawk were, like, probably a little faster than I was. But just, I don't know. They just really seem to have... I don't know. They look like they suck in the new regs. Is that mean to say? I mean, that's just, like, you know, a little bit of frank, astute observation, you know, objective truth, at least I think. Just looking at their times from that first race. But hey, KFAS, a win is a win. Not to take anything away from you, right? I don't mean it in that way. I just mean like, it's kind of curious, right? How oh, you won tier 2, brother. Come on, KFAS. You gotta get off them assists. You could probably compete in tier 1. But hey, doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter. Fast as fuck, KFAS. Bro, Joshua DNFing. Did he just retire in the pits? Bro. This guy just consistently just kind of rage quits. Just that's the way it seems. Whether or not it is actually rage quitting, it just seems that way, you know? I don't know. I don't know what his issue is. Win is a win. Trying to fight for the championship. Look, man. That's what it's about, dude. That is absolutely what it's about. I believe in you, mi compadre. Gotta do it for the Bosnians, man. They haven't had too many victories as of late. Gotta do it for them. Dan into the pits. Back to the leaders. Turbo and Sai still kind of very close together. I guess Turbo just kind of happy to sit behind him again. Coming up on the Audi again. Have they pit? They have not pit yet. Driving your cousins to soccer practice. Hell yeah, man. See you, man. See you, KFAS. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Always a pleasure to see you. Ooh, nope. Dan was very close to Dustin. I wonder. Ooh, did Dan? Why did Dan? Might lose a position here to Spark. Does not. Is barely able to hold on to it. I think I have a bug bite on my leg, bro. Why is it itching like that? Dustin. Not getting past Chronico. But is up into P11. He did start on the hard, so will be out longer than the rest. Has Gold Killer gotten off the softs yet? Yes, he got off the soft 6 or 7 laps ago. And there's an end plate. There's a McLaren end plate. That is NASCAR Freak. On his own, he's missing 2 end plates. What are we doing? I guess one of them was missing early. Oh, that's some nasty wing damage, it looks like. Really hard to tell. I think, no, it might just be the 2 end plates. It's kind of crazy, man. If I had a nickel for every time NASCAR Freak had an end plate fall off, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. So Turbo is now in first place. Sai going for the undercut, pitting a lap before Turbo. Turbo will need to pit next lap to kind of what's it called? Oh my God, to God, dude, what is the word I'm looking for? What is the phrase? More people going to the pits, or is Chronico is in the pits? Okay, these people are going to the pits. It tells you so late. So I'm just gonna not worry too much about the people pitting. There's just a million positions changing as people going to the pits. So that will have Dustin up into 8 as he started on the hard. Did Belgium just score again? Romelu Lukaku? What? This guy, man, he just comes out of nowhere. Dude, he just does not, he's not very consistent in the World Cup, man, I swear. He has, I looked at it the other day. He'll have a ridiculously good, club season, and then come the World Cup, he just kind of doesn't have the same thing. He just doesn't have it. So it's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a weird phenomenon for him. But hey, great to see him score in this game. Yeah, 4-1 Belgium. Jesus, man. Looking rough. NASCAR Freak on other. Hey! Scavenger! Hey, yo! Squeezing past him, a little bit of contact, unnecessary contact, and he has front wing damage. So what are we doing battling so hard? Just not wanting to concede position. I mean, dude, you gotta... No way he sends a move. Okay, I was about to say, there's absolutely no shot. This guy is suicidal. Turbo Chicken and Dom now into the pits, responding to Psychotical's undercut. Take a look at Rockstar. Rockstar still not pitting. Will he pit this lap? I think he is. Yep, he is in the pits. Sai will retake first place. Here goes Dustin directly behind of Max Scavenger. Getting the run on him. Can I get a better camera angle? Up the inside is Dustin. Yeah, just really struggling as Max Scavenger. I mean, he's just going to lose position after position with the damaged wing. Is he trying to stick it out till he... Why did he not pit this lap? What is he doing? I don't understand the strategy here. Turbo will be looking to overtake Spark here shortly. Has the outside line going into this turn. Is ahead clearly of Spark. Is Spark on older tires? Oh, he is. Yeah, he's on very old tires. So Spark maybe not wanting to risk anything, not wanting to really fight too hard and risk his race. Baller overtaking Supra wheel to wheel. Was overtaken by Supra and now. Oh! What has happened to Dustin? I guess washing out a little bit. Has he taken any damage? No. So maybe just kind of going into the runoff area. Unfortunate to see. Very unfortunate to see. Scavenger up in fourth, kind of slowing down the grid at the moment. Really a nightmare scenario for Dom, as he's now stuck behind behind slower cars. One of which is kind of leading it. It's Max Scavenger just really slowing down the rest of the grid. Almost dangerous in a way. Oh, and there's a collision on the Aston Martin. Dom on the Aston Martin, or the Cadillac. I mean, it is on Epic, Baller, or Spark. I think it was Spark, as he's lost more positions. It's hard to tell. I mean, Max Scavenger isn't doing anything wrong per se. It's just kind of, what are we doing? Still out on track on a damaged wing, just kind of, holding up. Look at this. Look at the train he has formed. And he's lagging. Could he get overtaken twice here? I mean, dude, you just can't fight your position. You haven't pit yet. What are we doing? All right, well, that is the U.S. defeated. It is now Belgium through. Great to see them actually, perform well. I think this is pretty much guaranteed size win almost. I mean, Dom caught up in traffic for so long. Traffic pretty much started by Max Scavenger. And he is the entire reason that there was such a backup from what is now P4 to P9. I mean, it's just very unfortunate for those guys. Why is he not pit yet? That's what I'm not understanding. He is still on. Everybody around you is pit, and you're on damaged wing. I don't understand it, man. I really don't. And this bug bite is really itching. Probably shouldn't be scratching it, but hey, who's going to stop me? Baller gaining on Nova, but is he actually? Hard to tell. These intervals really jump up and down a lot. I mean, I guess maybe not so much on this track, as there's really no Lyco to harvest battery. Derek is gaining on Baller, though. Very, very close to Baller. Doing his best to kind of stress him out, maybe forcing him into making a mistake. Has a better exit. Does he have enough to get an overlap? No, he doesn't. Holding a lot more speed through these corners. There's going to be about timing. He needs to get a... Oh, and then rubbing into the wall. He had his chance there, but just a little too aggressive on the apex. We'll have to wait his turn. We'll have to wait again for the next go-around, the next opportunity to overtake. Yup, Dominator, Belgium won. A bit of a hate watch for me. Rockstar overtaking Dustin. Dustin actually slipping down 2 more positions. Getting out of the way as much as possible. See, this is nice to see. I mean, Dustin knows, hey man, it's not gonna happen for me. I don't have the pace. There's really no point in me really compromising the race of others. So, setting the ego aside and being like, you know what, man, this is a video game. People do this for enjoyment. They do this for fun. Let me not get in the way of that. So kudos to Dustin, setting an example for maybe somebody else to have done the same. So Scavenger still out on track on the... Dude, what are we doing? I am so confused. Like, this makes absolutely no sense to me as to what he's doing here. don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Hey, Kartik going a little wide there. Let's settle down, pal. You'll get past him soon enough. I mean, he has no front. He's got a very damaged front wing. Oh my God, Kartik, what are we doing? That is definitely a penalty on Kartik, I think. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But I mean, this doesn't exculpate or what's it called? Emancipate Kartik from any sort of responsibility for that incident. But what is Max still doing out on the mediums from the start of the race on what was a damaged wing? Like, what is? I don't understand what he's thinking right now. Like, is he okay? Is something a little off for Max? I don't know. Yeah, the lead of Psychotical just growing and growing, and we still have tons of laps to go. The race kind of calming down. Smiley is gaining on Rockstar maybe a little bit. And there goes Scavenger DNFing in the pits. Retiring from the race. Cannot be asked to finish. Everything's seemingly calming down. I mean, we had Smiley very, very close to Rockstar, but not really taking advantage of any sort of, or not even not taking advantage, just not really giving himself an opportunity to overtake thus far. Ooh. Did I gain a little bit of aura saying thus far? Shoo. Look, man, I'm trying to keep myself entertained. I mean, there's really absolutely nothing going on anymore. People are just kind of coasting around in their own little bubbles. Size far in the lead. It's just kind of over, really, unless somebody really starts pulling out lap after lap after lap of just, you know, speed of pace. All right, I think so. Super and Derek going into the pits. Were they? Oh, Super just retiring. I mean, he's a reserve. You know, he has less motivation to actually finish the race. Derek also in the pits. I guess he was doing a two-stop? I don't know. Supra, homie, tell me, whoa, what are we doing? What happened? Give me everything. Give me the scoop. Scoopity whoop. Poopity scoop. Whoopity scoop. Turbo's very close to Dan all of a sudden. Fuck, man, I was about to go get something to drink from downstairs. Ooh, Smiley has finally overtaken Rockstar, maybe. Oh, a bit of bumping. Bit of a tough battle going on. Rockstar with a much better exit, maintaining more speed. Not getting ahead, though. Turbo also very close to the back of Dan. I don't know who to watch. I guess these two are a little closer to each other. Not really in an overtaking zone. These guys are soon to be in an overtaking zone, but Rockstar losing traction there on exit is losing out on a lot of time to Smiley. Very unfortunate for him. Turbo is now very, very close to Dan. Turbo really taking advantage of Aero. Actually, you would look at that and be like, oh, you know, he has less weight, he should be faster. I think genuinely, if this were even remotely physically possible in real life, as Dan is now overtaken by Turbo Chicken, not really putting up much of a fight there, but the blunt face of the nose, like that rectangle there, that it's Turbo, that like very kind of not very smooth shape at the very front would actually very likely, I think, make the car a lot slower than the loss in weight would make it faster. I mean, not to mention the just sheer loss of downforce because the nose is shaped the way it is. I mean, the whole car, everything about the car design and wing design and everything is designed with aerodynamics in mind. I mean, you're trying to make air do exactly what you want. Floor damage since lap 1? You had floor damage? Oh, that is rough, Supra. I... Oh, dude, that is not great. Oh, I feel for you, homie. Hey, but you gotta respect it, man. I mean, you're a reserve. You're not really in the title fight. Yeah, I respect it, man. I respect it. Now, full-time drivers retiring before the race is over, that's something else. That's where I think, like, bro, like, what are we doing? I'm pretty sure there's people in the reserves who would be more than happy to race full-time and complete races, right? Bro Joshua leaving the session. I'm surprised he hadn't left yet. I guess I thought he had left immediately after retiring. Yeah, I saw you dropping like a rock, man, super early in the race. I mean, it's always got to be someone, right? It's always got to be someone. Derek Gonzalez setting the fastest lap of the race on a new set of mediums. What is that? 10 more laps to go. Sai pretty much on his own right now. Doesn't even need to really push as much. Just needs to make sure he's not losing significant time to the car behind and keeping it nice and smooth, not risking any sort of damage or DNF. That is the absolute last thing he could possibly do. So, see you, Dominator. Always a pleasure to have you in here, man. Look forward to Formula Fan next week. Keep it snazzy, man. Keep it snazzy. Keep it very, fuck, man. I don't even know. I'll just let you go, man. I fumbled that. Alright. The only people remotely close to each other right now are Epic Baller and Nova. Almost a train of 3. I lied. Kartik is actually very close to Rockstar. Dan going into the pits. See you, Dominator. Oh, you suck at Bahrain. Ah, man. I suck at whatever that downhill hard braking left turn is. Turn 11 or 10. I forget exactly which one it is, but yeah. That is like the one turn I absolutely suck at in Bahrain. So it is what it is, you know. It is Rockstar going into the pits. Where a lot of the... No, that is Dan going into the pit. No, Rockstar also going into the pits. Does he have a damaged wing? A lot of these people pitting so late is a little bit confusing to me. They don't have a wing out. Oh, they do have a... No, they don't. So he's just pitting for new mediums? I'm a little confused by that, if I'm being honest. Spark making his way back up into 6th. Wrong button. Misinput. Nope, not lap data. Detail. So, yeah, he's carrying these hards very long. After dropping pretty much to the very back after the first lap. Very early in the first lap, too, I think. Sorry if I got muffled a little there. I was scratching my eye and my hand was in the way of my mic. What the hell is wrong with my eye? It's like itchy. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, whenever I see that caution and I see yellow flags on track around here, it's a cause for concern. Could be a virtual, could be a full-on safety car. Very surprised that we haven't seen any of that at all this race. Gold Killer's gamble never paying off, really. Smiley close to the back of Spark. Spark on very old hards. Does not want to fight too hard, as he really just wants to make sure he makes the tires last to the end. Let's take a look at his tires, actually, visually. They look... Ooh, Smiley getting a 3-second time penalty behind Spark. That is great for him. The 2 cars behind him have time penalties. Where's Smiley? Smiley's behind him. Yeah, Spark's tires... Ooh, that front right actually looks kind of bad. The rear tires could be a little better. See, Super was thinking ahead. I mean, it's a risk, though. It is a gamble. Super saying that he pit for hards on lap 10 because he was gambling that there would be a safety car later and gain positions with the undercut. I mean, look, sometimes you gotta take gambles in life. You gotta take chances. Some of the biggest payouts in life are from taking very, very risky. Uh, I don't know. Just doing something risky, doing something different, you know. But Super Saiyan did not pay off. What's up, Max Scavenger? How you doing, homie? So Smiley very, very close to Spark. Spark kind of battling it. I don't really think he should, unless he's already planning on pitting. Yellow flags in Sector 2. If Spark is thinking of pitting at some point, then I guess he can fight. He can hold up Smiley as much as he wants. But if he's trying to make these hards last the entire time, then just kind of, I think, just give it up, man. Just kind of give it up. Make sure the tires do make it to the end. Kartik and Derek fighting wheel to wheel. It is Derek getting the jump on him, but Kartik has the inside line. Is behind now fully. Smiley getting on Spark once again, just not able to make it stick. I wonder if that's a bug. See, it says he's still deploying, but he's definitely not through the corner. At least I don't think he would be. Just unable to get ahead of Spark. Even Spark on the ridiculously old tires. I mean, 21 laps on those hards. I mean, this is a 100% race or a 50% race? Because, jeez, man. Ridiculous. Rockstar gaining on Dustin. Dustin kind of just letting him get through. He's really not looking to be too competitive in this race. Smiley maybe finally getting a run on Spark. Isn't getting the run on him. I mean, he has not fresh, but he has much fresher tires than Spark, and he's just struggling to get ahead. He should have the run here. Spark kind of defending a little hard. Smiley giving him a little piece of his mind. Spark going very deep there. Looks like Smiley just didn't. I don't know. This is a bit of a hairy situation here. These two maybe not so happy to be in company with each other. And then we have Derek immediately behind, just kind of like, hey, yo, what's going on up here? How we doing, guys? A newcomer to this battle. Ooh, expecting them maybe to break a little sooner. He is on fresh mediums. Yep, not at all anticipating their braking zones at the moment as Dan sets the fastest lap on the mediums and then immediately retiring. Wait, what? Did he just retire on track? Interesting. How long does it take for Derek to get a little impatient behind these two? As, you know, Spark is defending on ridiculously old hards. Smiley just unable to get ahead at the moment, even with the fresher tires, which should be the grip advantage, and just not able to make it, just not really able to make it happen. So Derek, he's kind of stuck in a weird spot. Needs to be a lot more careful with the way he approaches braking zones and corners, as these guys are struggling on traction. But here he goes. He has a run on the Mercedes of Smiley. Smiley not wanting to give up the position easy. Space given. Will have the better traction. I mean, this should be a slam dunk pass by Derek Gonzalez around the outside. And yes, it is. Does he now have a run on Spark? Spark trying to close him in there. Needs to give him the space, though. Almost runs him into the wall. I think, that might be penalty worthy, honestly, in my opinion. Derek trying to give the position back. Not trying to give it back to the Mercedes. The Mercedes taking the opportunity there. Maybe a little scummy, but yeah, this is becoming very frustrating for Derek. I don't know. I feel like Spark could definitely be penalized for squeezing. I don't know. The argument can be made from Spark's point of view. They're like, oh, you know, he was going for a gap that was always closing, but he had the overlap by the time that Spark tried to really squeeze him into the wall, and so that's kind of a discernment call for the stewards there. Derek will need to once again wait his chance. Oh, and then Spark! Looks like Smiley might have clipped him a little. Maybe there was a bit of debris kind of flying. It looks like maybe there was contact. Seems like he got away with 0 damage, so that's great. And then Smiley immediately overtaken by Derek in that aftermath. Finally ahead. Pretty much impossible to catch up to 5th, so cemented in P6. Gold Killer pitting. These two up ahead have just kind of been cruising on their own. Or actually, these three. Dom finally, whoa there. Dom finally starting to close the gap on Sai, but is it too little too late? Yeah, there's only, what, 4 laps left? Looking very tough. Looking very tough. A yellow flag. Who was that? It is Spark. Going into the runoff area or going a little deep? Is that a little bit of front wing damage? It is. He's missing a right end plate now. Pretty much no reason to pit. It's a little too late. Needs to just kind of try to hold on to track position here. Do his best as there's very few laps left. Spark is going into the pit and retiring. Oh my god. I mean, that would have still been decent points, man. You could have still gotten decent points. I mean, the frustration just building, I guess, for Spark. I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like you just gotta, just gotta muscle it out, you know. But hey, to each their own. It is a very early morning race for Spark, as he is in Italy. He is 6 hours ahead, so that would be, what, 4 in the morning for him? Actually, a very, I don't know, however you want to see it. Very early, very late. Honestly, probably just can't be asked, and I don't blame him. I think he probably easily was making his tires go to the end. Yeah, as far as battles on track, it's really just down to these two now. Yellow flags in Sector 3, nothing of consequence. Derek with a 3-second time penalty. Everybody in the top 5, clean on track limits, it seems like. Maybe some warnings here and there sprinkled throughout, but as far as actual penalties go, none for these guys in top 5. I mean, not that it really matters. I mean, they're 30 seconds at 32, 31 seconds at least ahead of everybody behind. So, yeah, I mean, the top 5 just able to really make their pace count. Maybe able to stay away from any sort of incidents or any sort of, I don't know, of any other whatnots or happenings in this race that can complicate your race result. But yeah, I mean, they kind of cruising, but it looks like Baller may be looking to get ahead of Nova before the end of the race. They are on the same age tires. Everybody in the top 5 pitting around the same time. And then Nova is trying to get closer to Dom. Should have the overtake. Yes, he does. A little bit of a rear slide out from Epic Baller, but able to hold it steady. Yellow flags. It is a McLaren. I think it is NASCAR Freak. Has he taken any sort of damage? Can I get a broadcast view, please? Trying to see if there's damage. Come on, thank you. No, there is not. Just kind of making a small mistake there. Yep, it looks like I was right. It does seem like there was contact on the back of Spark. Unfortunate to see. Oh man, yeah. Bit of a tough one, Spark. Bit of a tough one, man. Rockstar is gaining on Chronico, so we're back to some more battles. Chronico, a name I haven't said all race, just kind of creeping along, you know. Chronico has finally gotten ahead. I guess Chronico may be losing a little bit of traction or something, compromising his turn. We are now down to 2 laps left. Actually, we'll be 1 lap here shortly. Last lap, about to commence. Baller very close to Nova. Ooh, not close enough. Last lap. Do we have any sort of last lap shenanigans? Oy, going wide. It does not look like he will be getting past Nova. Ooh. Not to instigate, but Nova saying that Spark saying that Nova also sucks at racing. Okay, Max. You're not getting any sympathy points, man. Welcome to my world, bro. You are the main reason. You are the Max Scavenger. Let's not forget your reputation. Your reputation precedes you. So no sympathy points there. Spark saying that Nova was so aggressive for no reason. He is the reason he got wing damage. Lap 4. Mm. All right. Well, this looks like it will be the end. Sai winning once again. Very, very just consistent. Lap in, lap out. Also, we did have Max Scavenger with a broken wing, completely slowing down anybody who could have challenged him. But, hey, he takes it. A race win for Psychotical after losing out to Turbo Chicken last race. It is a 1-2 punch for these championship leaders. Dom finishing in third here shortly. 14, 15 seconds behind of Sai. Then Nova. Then Baller in fifth. Very good result for the Cadillac, at least. Derek, so this is where it gets interesting. All these guys with penalties, I haven't kept up with how much penalties they have. Oh, they're all on 3, so yeah, they'll be fine. They'll hold on to their position. Same with Chronico. Yeah, these penalties pretty much inconsequential. Same thing with Gold Killer. Dustin finishing in 14th. Just really committed to carrying it all the way out, it looks like. Derek finishing here shortly. Gold Killer has now crossed the line. Oh, what the hell? Why does it say Nova DNF'd and is now finishing behind? Did Nova not cross the finish line? Or what happened? Did he leave the session? I don't know, Spark. I feel like you can't really... I don't know. Unless it's written in the rules, it might be. Ooh, Spark not in a good mood. Why is my toe bleeding so much? Hold on, what? Where's all this blood coming from? I don't know that. I know you guys were telling superiority because he was the worst one about it. I don't know. If it's not a rule, you can't punish someone for it. Is the way I view it. As much as I hate to say, and as much as some people have gotten away with things that I don't think they should have in my own league, if it's not a rule, oh, well, if there's precedent, I guess that's enough. But driver of the day going to Smiley according to the game. I mean, that's 6 positions. This is 9 positions gained, so I guess you got to give it to Smiley. Whether or not there's an incident. No, you know what? Chronicle gets it because he's cooler. He has more aura. He has more aura. Gotta give it to Big Cron. So that does it for this PTRL Week 5 race at Singapore. Very treacherous track, a very dangerous track, and a very difficult track to get just right. But when you do get it right, you are you're rewarded with a win. Psychotical, Turbo, and Dom in the top 3 podium sitters. Thank you so very much, guys. You guys are all amazing. That does it for this PTRL race. Hope to see you guys next week at... Hold on, where's the calendar? Where's the calendar? Race calendar. After Singapore, it is Monza. Should be a very interesting race. Should be a crazy race. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you're watching live or if you're watching the VOD, I appreciate it. Regardless, you know, just watching what I do and enjoying it. Hopefully, can't say anything but thank you. So have a great rest of your day. I will be getting ready for bed here shortly, but yeah, have a great one, boys. Love you all, and till the next one.